I do hers and mine because hers are simple. It's just a W-2. And so I can solve the awesome IRS puzzle of who gets more money from Alice. You need to do them entirely. So we enter in our W-2s, or we enter in our income and stuff. So mine's extra work because I get a W-2 for most of my income, but I don't get a W-2 for certain stuff. So I gotta go through and do a bunch of extra shit for that. Try to figure out how to not pay as much as I would have to. If you didn't play the IRS's game. I fucking hate it. It's so dumb. Why's it gotta be so dumb? No, Twitch doesn't break up our income. So that's the weird part with my income is part of my income goes through the company I'm a part of, my subs and bits and stuff, and then my tips come directly to me. So I gotta go through my tips. Plus I occasionally do sponsored deals directly with companies and paid deals directly with companies that I have my own relationships with instead of my manager doing them. So, you know, I am both employed and self-employed. The employed part helps a lot, though. Just this year we stopped. It was all my income would go through the company, but it got too complicated and
I found pills. Amnesia. Holy card.
why don't I use the holy card immediately? Because I just don't care enough. The build wasn't anything. I should have used it after I got the book, Bethany's book, but I didn't. Oh, hell yes. Now I just gotta get to my luck trinket. And things will be looking up. Oh, and then figure out how to survive. That part. Ooh. That man tried to get me. Bum. Tax Slayer was offering me something called Will Slayer, so watch out, Wills in chat. Tax Slayer's coming for you. It's only like $19.99, and Tax Slayer will have you slayed. Oh, there's a Will here. Fuck, Will, you're screwed, man. Get fucked, donation machine, you idiot. Oh good, that's not at all what I wanted. More rooms I can't go into. The legends are true. I don't have enough keys for that. Okay. I don't know how I got a fucking angel room here. Oh, Bethany's book. I know how. Never mind. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Pranks. No, it hit them both. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. I'm mad. I got an extra holy card out there. I'm running through that beam again, though, because I'm an idiot. And I, like, had so much time to react, but I just said I'm running through that beam again instead of reacting. Get off my nuts. Get off my nuts. These are my nuts. These are my nuts. Why are you on them so hard? What's wrong with you, angels? Oh my god, my nuts. I'm also just very slow. I recognize that now.
Holy card.
I don't think I'd use one. Either way, I have enough. Oh, I have enough keys now, too.
2 of spades.
Oh, yeah. Two keys for a dime. Ain't that a deal? I already did this, Daniel. Yeah, I did the keys for angel rooms, even though I don't think they're as good on the Lost because free devil deals is tight. Until they fix Godhead, I don't know, man. I still have meh feels about angel rooms. Fix Godhead? I mean, you think it's just nerfed that hard? Nerfed into the fucking ground? It lost its entire ability, basically. It's just homing with a really weak aura. You believe that? Man, that seems weird to nerf Godhead that hard. Because it was never as, in my opinion, it was never as good as Sacred Heart anyway. Like, not when you consider the long-term game. Godhead used to scale. With damage, it got stronger. Its aura got stronger, which is really what Godhead is, right? It's the aura around your tears. But now it's just like a 1 damage up with this really, really weak aura. It just stays as a base damage aura. Which feels like it's busted, but maybe they just nerfed the shit out of it. There's no notes about it being nerfed anywhere. I haven't seen anything about it, but... I don't know, I think everyone's over-exaggerating the strength of Godhead if you think it was that strong to begin with. It's also Godhead, it's incredibly fucking rare. Like, I don't know. Why would you, if you're gonna pick an item to nerf, why would you nerf the crazy rare one and not other ones that are just as strong or stronger? I don't know, that kind of logic seems silly to me, but... It's a very hard unlock. It's hard to find. It's called fucking Godhead. I really think they just broke it. But it's Isaac, so they break shit all the time and never say a goddamn word about it. Or shit's just broken in their code and they never say a word about it. Well, I can't say no to damage by God rooms. Oh, there's still a chance, huh? I don't remember when Rusted Key was busted, but it was definitely busted. No, this is just a regular run. Duality to be fixed would be nice too. I think there's an argument to nerfing things, but I'm mostly with you. I think it's a give and take thing, right? If you're gonna nerf items, it has to be because they're just inherently too strong, right? Like on their own, I think item room items especially, it's understandable. But again, there's things like Tech X, like, I don't know. And from somebody who did all that time doing the tournament stuff, like every time you nerf something, you just make something else the new OP item, right? Like, when you where do you draw that line? Where you decide to draw that line? They've already made God Room items strong by making them, or made God Room items difficult to acquire. So also throwing nerfs on top of that seems strange to me, but I guess we may never know. It's Isaac after all. We may never get the answer of is Godhead broken or nerfed. I think things like the Guppy synergy nerf and stuff make plenty of sense. As, you know, they found that Guppy got too easy to acquire. Though then they added a piece, so that's confusing too. Oh, they added the trinket? Yeah, I guess the trinket, you can count that too. The blank card placebo nerfs are dumb. So I disagree and agree. I disagree that blank card and blank card and placebo not so much, but blank card needed to be dealt with. The shop needed to be addressed. I wish they would have just removed some of them, though. Honestly. Just kill them. They also added the dice that does the same thing as placebo and blank card on a 4-room charge. So... I think they I think they just addressed the shop poorly. Especially coming off of a DLC where they we unlocked this shit for the shop. We worked hard to get these bigger shops, and now we have shops with 2 items in them, as I had the start of this run. I think it was. Again, they have these pools to play with. They have these pools to manipulate. They could have done more there than just destroying the shop entirely. I agree. I don't even think it's as much of a fuck you to the player that bugs me as it just it's just a weird inconsistency to me. I mean, it's not uncommon that devs overtune things or break the balance of things. Like, that happens. So the inconsistency to me, though, is it's like adding a DLC to get a game and going, well, this is too good, so we're just going to remove that DLC entirely from the game instead of just trying to figure out how to make that DLC fit, right? Like, how to make your changes work. Instead, they just said, nah, we'll just revert. Yeah, I guess it's a fuck you to the player, but I don't know. I don't take any of it that personally as much as I like to look at it from a design aspect, just because it's interesting to me to think about the train of thought that got them there. You can kill the shopkeepers with the pepper, that's true. Yeah, it's very good DLC. It's the best they've done, for sure. And that's because they got help from people, I think, that know the game better than they do. And that's not an attempt to attack them, but, I've seen Tyrone play. You know. They're devs, they're not playing it. That's why you have playtesters and shit, right? And so yeah, getting people that are active in the Isaac community was a good choice. But there's no doubt in my mind that Edmund always thinks Isaac is harder than it is, right? Than his fan base thinks it is. I mean, I heard his little interview talking about how difficult hard mode was going to be. And I'll admit, it's a little harder, but he didn't really increase the difficulty. He just trolled the player. Hell yes. The alternate floors are harder. To a degree. The more we play them, we're going to learn them as well as we know the older floors. The newer bosses aren't really that much harder. They're just earlier in the game. And then the hard mode changes themselves are just an attempt to fuck consumables. Like, the only true difficulty increase they added to the game, or they added to hard mode, was shot speed, which is real, but the rest of it is just RNG-based consumable bullshit. And yeah, for those that don't know, all the new floors, except for the Dogma and Beast fight, were in a mod, Anti-Birth. Those people were hired on, and that mod was added to the base game. I don't know if I want almond milk or not. Yeah, so Edmund's Touch, if you want to call it that, is Dogma and Beast, which I think is a very good fight, actually. Beast needs to be randomized. That's like, if you randomize the Beasts and the Horsemen, I think that's a great fight. The problem with it is it's so patterned that it's super boring. It's like the only boss to me that's just incredibly patterned. And then he added all these alt characters. But the characters aren't even new, right? They're the two characters that were added to the regular game. Which games do this better? It depends on what you mean by this. What Isaac does so well is, in my opinion, is the insane randomness and synergies. And a lot of the times it's weird accidental shit. It's not even the like super obvious stuff. I wish they would have focused more on that. I would have loved to see some more. And it's so weird to me because Edmund, as much as I dislike the man, he's creative. And it's so weird to me that there aren't more just like super, I don't know how that didn't hit me. Like super weird out there synergies. The like flush with poop and stuff, like those types of synergies. I'm surprised there's not more of that, because it is the synergies in this game that make it so good. But meanwhile, it's focused on this shit, this lore and stuff, and like, I don't know. Can't be bothered, but I mean, he likes to be creative. And that is where someone said earlier that his disconnect from the players. I think there's a bit of that for sure. Like, story wrap up was not, I don't think, was what the majority of people were looking for. It's his baby though. He do what he want. It's the reason I don't like the man. I mean, I got reasons of my own, personal, that I don't really want to drag into. But honestly, the biggest one is I just don't like the way he treats people. The community continues to work with a racist abuser. Takes all of the credit. Oh, did it fuck up my lock going in and out of there? Yeah. But he's he's an edgy man from Newgrounds that made a great game. I can't expect much from him. I really don't think almond milk is worth it. I shoot enough fucking fire as it is. I'm gonna see what this is. Disappointing. Boy, did I melt. Yeah, the fire scale of damage, I'm pretty confident. It certainly feels that way. That's why I didn't fuck with almond milk. Even though it would have shot more. I mean, hell yeah. The problem is I'm still just going to get brimstoned and die. But, you know. I don't really want to make enemies because it confuses me. Or allies because it confuses me. So I'm just not gonna. Yeah, Squega, I feel that way 100%. Like, so I didn't get to play test Rebirth, but I knew a lot of people who did. And every single one of them told me about Dark Bum, and every single one of them told me that they had informed Edmund of how, or whoever they were talking with, of how OP it was, and nothing was done. And then immediately, the fans start saying the exact same thing about Dark Bum being OP, and it gets nerfed. So, like, there's just a lot of... If the right people are upset, it matters. I already have homing, so I think it just takes Sin here, right? Holy Pizza thing for the 28 months. Oddly Happy thing for the 12 months. He's always wanted his game to be harder than it is, Jones. Like, you see that constantly. When I sat there and grinded out the broken greed machine and did it wrong, that's the only time he's ever interacted with me, and it was basically to let me know that I, like, congratulations, but I did it wrong. Piercing and double damage? Is it double damage on that tier 2? How did I do it wrong? So it was broken. And you can only put like 1 or 2 cents in the greed machine at a time. But I found out with the rewinds hourglass thing, I could hourglass out of the room and then fight it again and put 2 pennies in again. So I spent like 14 hours putting 1 or 2 cents in the machine until I put 999 coins in it. And I got fireworks. And yeah, like, it was broken. I'm still just going to take Sin Rope here, I think. I just want the straight damage. I want to see the damage on the sheet. whether that's the right choice or not. And yeah, like it's not just an attempt to bash him. It's just like it's part of like to me, it's part of playing a game, part of experiencing a game, growing with a game is recognizing how a dev reacts and changes. Like I'll give Darkest Dungeon shit too. I think Darkest Dungeon was an amazing game that let its fan base complain about its difficulty to the point that it's now just a weird grind fest. It's not at all what it was. It's now just this weird grindy game that you can't really lose at and play forever. I don't agree with that, but it's what they thought their fans wanted, and it's clearly doing fine. So, you know, it's really not about an attempt to bash. Like I said, I got my personal reasons that I can get shitty with Edmund and Tyrone, but this is just discussing the game. So, an attempt to discuss the game. I think it's okay. If I ever make a game, please feel free to tell me what you dislike. Including my behavior. My priorities in design. Those things. I think that's relevant. I'd love to make a game. I've tried many times to assemble a squad from stream to do it, but it's a huge undertaking, man. It's not something I take. I understand just how difficult it is to get the ball rolling, let alone accomplishing what's accomplished here. I do not want to discredit the game itself. This will always be one of the best, and I think it's honestly, like, I know Rogue fans would be mad at me, but it's genre defining for those of us, for a lot of us, you know, so many of us that didn't play Rogue. And no one has been able to really replicate it well, and there's been a lot of attempts. Yeah, and Co-Carnage is literally like, if you've, I don't remember all of Co-Carnage's history, but like everything about Co-Carnage's life has led up to this. Like you can, if you hear his resume, my resume is like I spent 10 years in a bike shop and fucking time in jail. His is like design and public speaking and like all these things that make fucking sense for what he does. And yeah, even he's struggled with releasing a game. Fishing roguelite win? I mean, I'm in. So I have no talents is the thing. Like the only talent I have would be like one, like possibly a little bit of design, but even that, like I don't actually know the process of design, right? Like I haven't actually done it. And then just the fact that I'm me, have a... No, I hate the chest inside chest. And he's spiky. I looked at the first one and then just forgot. Is it Ghost Hilly? Is it really? You said you think. I can't be mad at you. I want to be though. Of course, I think for the 42 months. And I know that it's also selfish of me to want games to be designed according to my playstyle. Like I know that. I'm not naive or anything. I also recognize this game is far bigger than Twitch. As someone who's been, you know, top 10 Isaac streamer on and off for the last 8 years, this game sold millions of copies, and there's not millions of Isaac viewers. It's much bigger than Twitch. There's a lot of people who have it on console and all kinds of bullshit. I don't remember what strength does. First ideology thing for the 43 months.
Shot speed up.
I want to take that, but I'm not going to gamble it. I shouldn't take this, but it worked out. Better pop the card. I already popped one. I am safe at the moment. Never know when that might come in handy. You've got to be. That didn't hit me, right? I can't tell. I look white to me. It did? I look like I subbed my aura on. Literally no clue. Me either. Oh, I can't take that even if I wanted it. We'll find out in here, I bet. Oh, never mind. I melt. I guess I'm going to fucking alternate mother, but god, I'm so fucking bad at that fight. It's embarrassing how bad I do at that fight. So I guess I take the negative. Yeah, fire should help if I can get there. I should have made more. I think I need more orbitals, don't I? Oh no, I still have the full whamma. Oh, how dare you shoot at me? Yeah, I don't want the followers. That's exactly what I don't want. They're just confusing. They're strong, but they confuse me. I don't appear to be glowing, do I?
Holy car.
Alright. That's weird. I looked like that, though. That was my bad. I fucking slowed down and got myself in the bomb, I think, on that one. After poking out too far and triggering the thwomp in the first place. What do you do? I, like, never see you. You die, apparently. Is this Eden's Soul or Bethany? That did hit you? Alright, fine. Look at the Dead better. I mean, I'm just not losing my orbitals before this next fight, man. So, I'm gonna hard disagree. I should just go to it, too. Emperor card is GG. Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating it. Do I just go for it? I'm so bad at that fight, dude. It's in my head, too, how bad I've done at that fight. I'm just gonna fuck it up. Something stupid. I mean, I guess I gotta try, but think the baby just farted all those away. Fuck, never mind. It melted so fast. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Subs and stuff. I love you. See you probably tomorrow.